Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video I'm going to show you step by step how to build a high converting landing page inside of Kajabi. This is my main landing page that I use. This has made me multiple 5 figures in sales, and this is all created on Kajabi. I use Kajabi every day in my business, and it's the main platform that I use. So I will show you exactly how I built this page. I will show you how to use the Kajabi builder and absolutely everything that you need to know when it comes to building high converting landing pages inside of Kajabi. I also want to make you an offer if you are new to Kajabi. Rather than going to the Kajabi website and signing up for the standard 14-day free trial that they offer to the public, I can offer you an exclusive 30-day free trial by using my partner link in the description. On top of this, I will also give you access to the Holden Academy Elite package, which includes 2 of my courses. One will teach you how to actually use Kajabi, and the second will teach you how to go from 0 to 10k per month with digital products. Finally, I will also give you access to my insider community, so you get one-on-one access to me. A fantastic deal right there, and all you have to do to claim this is sign up to Kajabi using my partner link. So jumping into Kajabi, and I'm going to keep this page open right here just as a reference point to show you exactly how I built this. In Kajabi, inside your dashboard, to create a sales page, what we are going to do is go over to website on the left hand side and go down here to landing pages. Then once this opens up inside of landing pages, we want to go to a new landing page right here. And this is how we are going to create this. And right at the top here, we have the sales page. So we have a few different templates that we can choose from. Maybe if you are specifically creating a sales page for healthy eating or one of these other options, you might want to go with one of these sales pages. But what I have found in all of my time building different sales pages on Kajabi is that streamlined home is just by far the best. There's just so much customization that you can do with this. The way that it's laid out just gives you so much access to so many different opportunities. This is the one that I would always go with. Streamlined home. This is the template that I used for this page. So this is the one that I recommend. Then what we can do is we can go in and get started. And I'm just going to call this YouTube demo page. Then we can click on create. And just like this, it's now going to load us into the editor where we can make all of the changes that we need to this sales page. Once this goes ahead and loads in, what you will notice is right now this is very blank, and the differences between this page right here that is just a template and the page that I created, there's a lot of differences here, and we do need to go ahead and make quite a few adjustments. So the first thing that we are going to do is change this text at the top, and it's very easy. All we have to do is click into the text right here, and then we can essentially change this to say what we want it to say. Now, I already have exactly what I wrote out here, so I'm just going to copy and paste this to make this as easy as possible. And then underneath, I'm just going to copy this as well. And then underneath, for the copy underneath, I'm just going to copy and paste this. But what you want to do is just make sure that this is fit for your offer. This says what you want to say, rather than just copying exactly my copy on here. You can definitely use this as like a frame of reference. You can use this to get inspiration, but just make sure that this is customized to your own offer. So we now have this first section created right here. We have the title, and then we have the subheading underneath. And I think a really cool effect to do is just highlight some of these individual words, like the important parts of this. So 30-day free trial and Holden Academy Elite package. These are 2 like very important things. So to highlight these, we just highlight the text that we want to be coloring in. And then we can go to the text color right here, and we can just set this to blue or whatever color fits your brand. So for me, it's blue. For this call to action button, you could have this here. There's nothing necessarily wrong. I just preferred the way that this looks without this. For this, if you do want a call to action, we can go to the button right here, and you can like link to one of your products. We can go to a URL and then go to a checkout page, and you can link your product right here, the product that you are selling. Nothing necessarily wrong with this. Like, you absolutely can keep it there and it would look fantastic. I just prefer to have the button a little bit further down so that people can actually see what this is about, rather than just clicking through without reading. So for me, what I'm going to do is just right here where it says include CTA, I'm just going to delete this and get rid of this. And then right here, we can click into the main background, and we want to delete this background right here. In the background, you can like add your own image here if you do want to keep this banner in and it fits your brand and it fits what you are doing. But for me, this doesn't really fit. I would just have a blank background up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this to none. And then for the color, we are just going to go down and I'm going to set this to white. So we'll just remove the color right there. So as you can see, just based on this top section, it's already starting to come along and it's already starting to look kind of similar, right? What I would recommend on a sales page is this big banner at the top. We don't want this at all. This is basically going to take people to Kajabi. This is like a user avatar. We don't want people clicking around into different areas. We want to direct them exactly down the funnel. We don't want them getting distracted or clicking off. We want to take people exactly where we want to take them. So with this, we just want to go to the top right here and click on this header. And then we can go to desktop layout on this left-hand side. And we want to turn on hide header. And that's going to get rid of this big header at the top because we really don't need this. Then what I would recommend doing is this template doesn't already have this built in, but having an image that you are going to create of your product and everything that you get, something like this, is a really, really effective way just to boost the character of this page, boost just how professional it looks. So to do this, all we are going to do is on this left-hand side, we want to click on add section and we can add all of these different sections, right? So don't feel like you have to copy exactly what I'm doing here. If you want to add like a countdown timer, if you want to add like these feature cards, you absolutely can. But I'm just going to add an image in here. When we add this, it is going to be added to the bottom of the page. So just keep that in mind. But it's very easy to move this around. We just go back, find where the image is, and then we can use these like kind of lines. We just grab them and we can drag this up to where we want to. So I'm just going to place this underneath. Then to actually create your own version of one of these images right here, the tool that I recommend using is called Canva. This is a really, really awesome tool because this allows you to create professional images. It allows you to create thumbnails. It allows you to essentially create whatever you would like to in terms of graphics without having to know how to use Photoshop and having a lot of experience in graphic design. To get the most out of Canva, you do want to be signed up to Canva Pro, but once again, I will hook you up with a 30-day free trial of Canva, so we can go in, we can create exactly what we need to for this page, and then you can just cancel before you ever get charged. So once you have signed up to Canva Pro, what we want to do is go in and create a new design. And then from here, we want to come down to custom size. And the size that we want to set this to is width 1280, height 720. And we're going to get like a beautiful square and we're going to get like a beautiful rectangular image, just like this one. So we just go into create a new design. And then the way that I did this is I just took an image of myself. So I'll find that exact image, which was this image right here. I just took an image of myself, just like this. And then what I did is I think I moved it over just like this, so I had more space. Then I grabbed one of these elements right here. It was this exact element. And I basically stretched this out. And then what I did is I just basically added a bunch of images into this. I added some text. So we can grab some text right here and we can say that this is a 30-day free trial. Drag this up just like that. And then we can change the text color. Then I basically just got images of these. I created these in Canva as well with these, they're called frames. So if we just type in like laptop, and then we go to frames, you can see that we have a laptop frame. And then in here, what we can do in the laptop frame is we can go to uploads and we can grab like one of these thumbnails and just grab it in just like that. So this is exactly how I created this right here. I just basically played around with Canva. It might take you a while to get something really nice, especially if you don't know what you are doing. But you basically create the image right here in Canva. And then once the image is created, we can just click on edit, click on select image, and we can upload the image that we want to upload. So once we have this, we can just go ahead and drop this in right here and click on save and upload. And then the space here is a little bit too big. This is not the biggest issue in the world, but if you look, the space here is much smaller. So the way that we essentially get around this is we just want to go to the desktop layout right here, and we can turn this padding down, right? So I'll set this padding to 0, go up here and set this bottom padding to 0 right here. And as you can see, they're going to become much closer together. Maybe we want to add a little bit extra padding. So we could maybe add like 20 here, go down and add like 20 to the top of this and just spread them apart a little bit more. Then down here, if we just take a look at the page, we have a button. So we might want to go ahead and add a button in just beneath this. So the way that we can do this is once again by going to this left-hand side, adding something in, and we are going to be adding in a call to action. So we can add in that call to action, and then once again, just drag this up toward the top right here. For the background, of course, we are going to once again go in and remove this. So we'll just set this to none. Go down and remove the background color, just like we did before. And then for the text in this, we don't want any text, right? We just want this to be as clean and as minimal as possible. So we can go in and we can just delete the text right here. So that all we are left with is this call to action button. And then in here, I said, try Kajabi free and access bonuses. So what I'm going to do is go to the call to action and I'm going to say, try Kajabi free and access bonuses, just like that. We can then go down and I'm going to set this color to blue. We can even go down and add like a large button right here. And then once again, we just want to click into each of these, go to the desktop layout and maybe set the padding to like 20, go up here and set this to 20 as well. And we can bring them closer together. So perfect. We now have that set up right there. With this, we can also click into the button. I forgot to mention this. And in the button action, you want to tell where this wants to take people to. So for me, as this is going to be taking people to Kajabi, I set this up as a URL with my affiliate link. So if you are selling like an affiliate product, this might be a URL, or otherwise this might be a checkout page if you are selling your own product right here. We can go down if this is like the coaching program. And now when people click on this, they will be taken over to that product. Then what I did here is I just added a little bit of text before we jump into this section. So this section right here, these amazing features, this is this. But I added a little bit of text above. So once again, to add the text, we just want to go in, add section, and we can add some text right here. We'll drop this in, and of course it goes all the way to the bottom. So we just drag this up above the call to action, or beneath the call to action, I should say. And then in here, once again, I'm just going to copy this. So we can click into the text and drop that in right there. Copy all of this. Then we can write out, I'm copying this, but you should be writing this out to do this yourself. And then once again, just as we did before, we can go into the desktop layout and we can drop the padding a little bit just to make these closer together. Awesome. Then in here for the amazing feature, all I did is I just grabbed the image of all of my courses. So of course we want to create these on Canva, but we can then go in and drop all of these images in individually. So this is going to be the first one. We can go ahead and upload this, and that is going to be added in there. We then want to go to the second one, and once again, we can upload the image. I'll probably just upload random images here because it doesn't make too much of a difference as long as you know what's going on. And then for the third one, I'll just upload another image right here, just like this. And then right now, all of these are way too small. So we can click in and edit and go to image style on this left-hand side. And we just want to change the image width and bump this up a little bit. So perfect. Let's say this is about 500. Go down to the image width right here. We'll set this to 500 as well. And then we'll do the same for this one. And then all we now need to do is I'm just going to copy this text in once again, but you can type out your own text here, just like that. Grab the second one and do this for the second box right here. And then do the exact same for the third box. Then what I did is with this top section, I just set the text color to blue. So we just do the same for all of these. Grab this, set the text color to blue. And then in here, we can grab this and set the text color once again to blue. So we now have that set up right there. Once again, we add a call to action. So rather than creating this from scratch, because I want the exact same call to action, I'm just going to go to my earlier one and I'm going to duplicate this. And then all we now have to do is just drag this up underneath the right there. And awesome. Then once again, we can go into the desktop layout, set this to 20, go into here, set this to 20 as well, and bring them closer together. So you should really see how this is starting to come together. Now for this section right here, this is just this section, but what I did is I just deleted this block right here. So we can delete this block and add a new one in, add new content, And then in here, I added a form. So we can drop that in. And then once again, I'm just going to copy the text that I wrote right here. And then we can drop this in. And then for this, just copy this and drop this in. For the form, you can go in here, and if you want to add a form to this page, you can click on edit your forms and set your form up. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this to the Kajabi form right here. Go down to this button, of course, and change this to the same blue color. And then the final thing that I have on this page is just a few questions right here. So the way that I did this is we, of course, just want to go in and we want to delete this bottom section right here. We can delete this. I think this is called, I can't remember what this is called, so I will just find it. There, FAQ. So we can drop the FAQ in right here at the bottom. And then for each of these, we click on, and then we can add in the heading. So I said, why Kajabi? Drop that in right there. Open this up, and I'll just copy all of this. Once again, it might take you a little bit more work because you will actually have to type this out. But as we can see, this accordion is now going to work. And when people click on this to drop down, which I can't do because I'm in the editor, this is going to open up beneath. So all we now have to do once you have created this is click on save. And if I now go in and preview this, as you can see, I have the exact same page that I created earlier on with the form, with the FAQs down here. So just like that, that is how you can create a beautiful landing page on Kajabi. This is how you can use all of the tools and all of the features. So even if you are not copying this exact page, you know how to use everything inside of Kajabi. So hopefully this video gave you some value and now allows you to create beautiful and high converting sales pages inside of Kajabi. Once again, if you do want to get access to more of my content, my courses and my coaching program, you can do so by signing up to Kajabi using the link in the description. Either way, I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.